Hi and welcome to this very special plan with me in my Archer and Olive B5 planner. This is my July cover page. I'm going for a very vintage travel theme this month, and so these are some new washi tapes that I have got. I'm going to be turning this planner into a faith planner. I'm reading the Bible in a year with my Lamp Unto app, and these are the Bible readings, and I've been taking some notes in this book, but I really want a lovely way to document them, and seeing as basically what I do is memory keep in this, I thought I would use each page to document each week's readings. So each day I will put on the notes from each Bible reading. I only do 6 a week, so I leave for Sundays. And I'm going to be using all of the stickers that I made for the banners and the date covers using Canva images. So I'm just going to flip through some of those now so you can see all the different ones that I've done. So I've got different styles, vintage, shabby chic, lots of different ephemera, travel themes, old maps, old letters, old wood effects. Some of these really summery I'll use next month, some of these Christmassy I'm saving for later on in the year. Just different lovely images that I found that I really liked that I turned into the banners using Publisher. So just flicking through here, trying to see what ones would go with this vintage travel theme for this month. And you can see I've got some flowery ones, and I've also got some that I scanned the back page of the planner to get. So I've got this blusher by pattern. So having a look at this July cover page and just trying to gauge which ones I'd like. You can see here that there's maps and cameras and compasses, clocks. There's a gramophone in some of them, letters, postcards, photographs, and I'm really loving this feel for this planner, so I'm trying to keep with that as much as possible. So quite a lot of brown tones this month, but also some blues and some teal colours. And what I thought it would do is it would create this effect over the month as if I'm travelling on holiday, and then towards the end of the month I'm on holiday and relaxing and reading a book. I've also got these date covers that I made with Canva images as well. So what I've done is I've done several generic different forms with backgrounds, either old wood effect, an old wall, and also a map. And this just then gives me options for those date covers, and I just pick whichever matches the theme the best. So just rounding off the corners here, I've got this new little bin caddy that I got from a bargain shop, which is really useful for those little bits that I cut off all the time. The month starts on a Wednesday, so I'm just going to block out Monday and Tuesday completely. And then so cutting these date covers, I'd already measured where they should be cut when I originally cut them out, so it's a little bit quicker each time I do a spread. I'm not really sure what I'm going to put in this gap here, so I'm just fiddling about at the moment trying to play with it. So I decided to turn this into a faith planner, having a look at some YouTubers, which I will link in the description bar below. It's been really good to see different ways that people record their Bible readings or their spiritual development. I've got quite a big section coming in my new bullet journal that I'll be setting up soon on spiritual development. So I wanted to do something that meant I've got Bible readings somewhere that I'm keeping track of. So I wanted to do something that also preserved my Bible readings, as I'm now doing this year study with a Lamp Unto, which I'll also link below. It's a great app, and basically you can set the parameters of how long you want it to take you to read the Bible and what way you want to read the Bible, whether you want to just start from the beginning and read through to the end. I have opted for a chronological reading, so I thought that would be really interesting to go through the Bible chronologically, as it's not something I've done before. And so I do 6 readings a week. Again, you can set which days you want to do your reading, you can set what time you'd like it to remind you, you can set the version of the Bible you'd like to read. It's a really fantastic app, and it's going to really help me stay on track, I think. I've done this before. I've set up spreads in my bullet journal to read through the Bible, and then they've just sat there and I've not done it. The other thing that's great about this app is that if you get out of time, if you get out of sync with your readings, if you miss some, you have the option as to what you'd like to do with that. You can either catch up on the day, you can add it to, you can spread it across the bulk of the readings that you've got left, or you can do nothing and just tag it onto the end. So it's really nice. It's a guilt-free way of doing it. I don't want to add something else into my day that's going to make me feel guilty about not achieving, but this is something I'd like to do. So these are the date covers that are made with the maps, as there's maps in the background of these banners. And I tried to position them so that there would be a slightly different part of the picture in each one. So it may well be that I keep a record of my notes in a different notebook, but it's really nice to just put them all down, and I'll be able to flip back through this year and see the entire Bible and the notes that I've made on it. And then so these banners are the bigger map picture, which is the one that I used for those date covers. So the idea being that I'm planning some amazing holiday somewhere in a far off foreign land, traveling the world, when actually what I'm doing is I am traveling through the Bible. Really getting the hang of laying down these banners now and cutting the corners, finding it a lot quicker. And this month I'll be going through Genesis and part of Job and then back into Genesis. So quite a nice experience. So previously I had been memory keeping as a form of planning in this planner. I really love the paper, it's so thick. I love the plain neutral layouts because it means I can be creative. But my day-to-day planning I'm still really doing in my Box Clever Press planner with stickers, and actually I'm starting to get ahead of myself and planning forward with that, whereas for the last few months things have been a bit stagnant and it's been a bit difficult, so I haven't always known what I'm doing. And so what I've kind of been doing with that is, again, memory keeping rather than planning ahead. But now I'm getting to the point where I'm planning ahead. I thought I don't really want to be planning ahead in that planner. I've also got my Google Calendar, I've also got a bullet journal, I've got to-do lists in my Hinch list book. I just thought I just don't need another planner for this year, but I really didn't want to waste it, as it was a massive bargain, one that I don't want to go to waste. Although it is undated, I have put the tabs in myself. Again, I could leave it till next year, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. I've already got June in there, which I planned, and I'm glad that I did those challenges. I wouldn't change that. Those challenges were important, but it just means that for the rest of the year I will have the Bible in it. So I'm actually doing the Bible in 11 months rather than in 12, because I've only got 11 months left in this planner. I really didn't want to have all of those Bible notes and then have a whole month that isn't in the same place, so I wanted to keep it all in one place, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what more God has to reveal through those scriptures. So you can see with that layout, and then this next one, there's more blue tone. I'm on holiday now, I'm imagining myself relaxing, and I had these headers that I got from Busy Bees stickers that I was thinking about using, but instead I decided to stick with the theme and use the headers that I'd already made out of the Canva images. So these ones aren't exactly the right blue for the table, but actually they still look really, really good. This distressed blue wash on the table, on the wood. And actually with this layout with the roses on the table as well, I do have another layout where the table is even more distressed and the roses are dried, and I'm thinking of using that either beginning August or towards the end of August to sort of signify that full circle end of summer. This is one of the new washi tapes that I got from Amazon, I believe. It's a really nice travel theme, but it's got quite a cute cartoony feel to it and lots of nice green and blue tones. So yeah, I thought that would fit in nicely with the theme. And then now I'm going to rummage through my sticker collection. Most of these stickers I have printed myself. Some of them are the ones that I've purchased, but I'm trying to just stick to the ones that I'm printing myself because they're so much thinner on that matte sticker paper, so it's not going to add too much bulk to this already very thick planner, because the pages are so thick and the paper's so great. I really don't want to be adding a huge amount to it. So there's a few stickers that are a slightly thicker card, almost a chipboard thickness. But for the most part, these are ones I've printed myself. So looking on Pinterest, which I'll link in the description below, I've got lots and lots and lots of pins saved from sites where I have found free printables. And also some of these are ones that I purchased, I scanned in myself so that I could reuse them or resize them for the planner. So some of these postcards are actually bigger stickers that I have in ephemera packs that I've now made smaller. So the idea with these postcards will be that I'm going to write the scripture for each day on the postcard and then the notes in the white space around. And it might be that as I'm going through, I want to add something else, maybe some other texture. Again, I want to create the effect of texture and the look of having different textures in my planner, but without adding the bulk. So as much as I love adding in different textured papers and lace and vellum, all different types of tissue and different fabric, it's not really realistic for a planner like this that has this type of coil and this thickness of paper. It would just become impossible to use. But that being said, I do love the effect that you can create with those different things. So this is sort of a compromise in a way. And my problem with some of these stickers as well, when I lay them down in this and sort of figuring out my spread, is that they are so thin. Sometimes I actually forget that they're not stuck down. And so you'll see, I think I forget to stick this butterfly down, and I'll come back to it later. Because it's so close to the paper already, it looks like it's already stuck down. So I realised at this point as well that I was going to start running out of these little postcards, and so I had to find some alternatives for writing the scriptures down. I could have just gone and printed some more, but I really didn't want to take any longer on this spread. So all in all, this whole thing took me about 2.5 hours. So I really didn't want to take any longer doing it. So I've used some ticket stubs, and later on I use some little pharmacy stamps as a way to fill in the scripture for each day. So obviously travel to some places is allowed. At the moment we aren't looking at going away over the summer at all, but I do have quite a bit of annual leave, and so I'm hoping that I will be able to have my own staycation and that I'll be able to get some planning ahead and some more of this creative planning, and therefore I will be able to post some videos. And the bullet journal setup is one that's really irritating me that's not done yet, because I am still going to put July in the bullet journal because I want it to only be for 6 months of this year so I can start again for 2021. The problem being, by the time it gets uploaded, I'll be at the end of July, so yeah, that's fine. I'm still it's mainly going to be used for tracking things, and so I'm still keeping track of what I'm doing so that I can just fill it all in once I set it up. Here you can see that I realised that actually this month ends on a Friday, not on the Saturday and the Sunday, so I wanted to take that banner off, and then I tore the page quite badly, so cover it up with some more travel washi. This is another really lovely map washi that I've had for quite a while actually, that came from Paper Chase. And fill in with some random stickers, just filling in the white space. I never considered myself before to be a no white space planner kind of gal, but apparently I like to just stick down random stickers and washi to fill in space for no reason. You can see me kind of trying to figure out the layout and how to make it look good. But hey, it is what it is. It's a creative process. So I also wanted to quickly talk to you about other things that I do here on my channel. So you'll notice that I say that I'm a journaler, I'm also a planner, and I'm also a worshipper. So obviously you can tell from this faith planner that I am a Christian. And I also post worship videos, and so I have a few worship videos up here already on my channel. And what I also am going to link below is my Instagram account that is for worship. Obviously because this is a faith planner, I'm going to want to include some of these posts and subsequent posts later on that account. So please have a look and consider following me. And so this is back on the first page of the month, so you can see we start on the Wednesday, and you can see that I was really running out of the postcards. So I've got little book stickers and little pharmacy stickers and little ticket stubs to fill in. And then this space, I was going to use this calendar, and then I realised that there are only certain years that this calendar works, and I'd really like to try and save it. I believe the next time it's actually going to be the right calendar is 2028, so that's a while, but it really would be lovely actually, because it's such an old calendar to save it. I worked out it must be from the 1700s because of the dates that are on it and leap years and things. So instead I stuck this map sticker down, and that will be my sort of title for the page. Again, just trying to fill in some of that white space that I won't use because the month starts on a Wednesday. You can see me there trying out my fountain pen. So on my IGTV, I'm going to upload a fountain pen test video because I really wanted to use a fountain pen in this planner and I wasn't sure which one I would most prefer. So I've ended up sticking with this Parker Vector. I've tried 3 others, and in that video I'll go through why I've selected this one as opposed to the others, and you can see how I tried to activate them, because some of them it had been a long time since I'd used them and they needed a little bit of TLC to get them working again. And so now I'm going to be filling out the notes that I've done so far. So I've done the first 10 readings for the month, and like I say, I'm doing 6 a week, so you can work out what day I'm up to. This is the first 2 weeks basically of the month that I've done, and I am a little bit behind, but it's all good. I'm going to catch up because I've got some staycation time to be reading my Bible and going through these scriptures and enjoying that process rather than rushing or feeling pressured. So you can see here just going through some of the first few days of Genesis and then into Job, because this is a chronological order of the Bible, which is really, really interesting to me. Like I said before, I've not done this before, so it's something that I'm going to find really interesting. You can tell I'm one of these people, I don't like white spaces, so before, when I was writing my notes, I'd given myself 3 lines in my notebook, but now I know I have a little bit more space for some of the days. I may well waffle a little bit more, because it's nice to fill in the space if I've got it. And again, it depends on what sticker I use to write the scripture on as to how much space I'll give myself. I don't want to eat up too much of the space within each day's box. So Job is actually a really difficult book of the Bible. You may not be Christian watching this, just telling you now, don't start with Job. He is a man who suffers greatly, even though he has done everything right throughout his life, and it's something that he struggles to understand, and his friends aren't particularly helpful either, and that's really, really evident throughout the book. So some of this is really difficult to read through when you're sort of binging it, but it's still really worthwhile, and I'm really enjoying going through it. So this is the final look of the spread. This is a bit of a flip through for you. So if I go back to the beginning, that's my Hi July page, and I've got a quote there that says July is your blind date with summer. And then is my monthly spread. Not much going on in that. I just marked out some holidays and some birthdays, which is probably all I will use it for. And then we start with my Bible in a year from the app A Lamp Unto. And you can see there the first 2 weeks filled out. So you can see there I've got next week and the next few weeks to fill out, and I'll post some more photos on my Instagram as well, which I'll link below so you can see. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it, and consider following me on Instagram. So take care, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye bye.